On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Would you date and marry a guy that make $25,000-$30,000 a year? That's
probably not.
Why? Because that's the question. That's the name of. That's the.
So you
saying average? That's not average, though.
Wait, you saying 25 to 30K is the average salary? Is that what you're saying?
You need to look up the household median income.
I'm looking at middle class.
And you're saying this is not opinion.
Everybody's not middle class. The average guy can still be working class and making his money every day.
Hold on, B-Nix. You're saying that is nothing wrong with it, but you wouldn't do it. So how does that make sense?
Well, you said 25K.
25 to 30,000.
Yeah, you said that.
You're a boss, right? And you're gonna upgrade him anyway. So why wouldn't you date him?
Well, I may be able to work with that. Whatever.
Like you a boss?
What?
I'm just saying that, like me personally, I guess I have a lifestyle and I have certain things that
I gotta go get a new prop. I'll be right back, bro.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. We appreciate you guys. We moving on to our second topic, which is
Jesus. Let's move on, Lord. Thank you,
ladies. What's wrong with dating the average man? What's wrong with dating the average man? I'm going to ask you guys this. I know we always talk about the high value men, but what's wrong with the 60K guy? What's wrong with being able to have a guy that you build up with versus just seeking like the high earner right away? Be next.
You know what? I'll be interested to start off with the ladies just to get their perspective. So I like to hear Ashley, since based on just our last conversation, I like to hear you all out before I respond.
Hey, B Nix is not emotional no more. That's why he focused. I see you, Nix.
Don't speak for me, bro. No, you know I hate that shit. Just hey, Ashley, Tawana.
Every human in this world has emotions. Every human. But anyway.
Tawana, you go first.
Okay, you want to go?
Hey, one of y'all go. The show got to go on. Let's go. Come on, Tawana.
I will. You didn't call me. You called me Nick. You said,
right, let's go.
Dating the average man? Absolutely nothing's wrong with dating the average man. And I don't understand. Like, I don't know who created this rule about making sure you address, get the man that's making the most money and he's got to have this, that, and the third. Like a man who's hardworking, who brings home the bacon, bring home the money, who can help you take care of your bills, and you ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. Like, that's fine with me. I don't understand why women think that the average man, or what y'all call an average man, is not acceptable, and why they think that they have to have this high earner. Because you can meet you a man that's making $75,000, and if you a boss like me, you can upgrade him real quick.
Tawana, can this average man take you out of town?
You up.
Let's say
you upgraded your guy.
Let's say
I didn't say that.
Tawana,
my man,
let's say this person wants to take you out of town,
Tawana,
right?
Go ahead.
I'm not talking about my man. Let's keep that clear. I don't.
You said you upgrade your guy, right?
No, I didn't. I said if you're a boss like me, you could. That's what I said.
Say it again. What you say?
If you're a boss like me, you could. You know
could
how
what?
to do it.
Could what?
You can upgrade. You can upgrade someone.
What?
If you're a woman, you can upgrade them.
I'm so confused, but okay.
But I don't talk about my man on the show. I'm not like you, Anton, how you be talking about your wife and you want to mention. I don't do that because, I respect his privacy. Now, I will talk about my life and how it's affected, but I don't need to.
It's kind of crazy because women want you to talk about them on social media all the time.
Well, yeah, I'll talk about me. I'm an open book. What y'all want to know? But I don't need to talk about somebody else's salary, and that's not my thing. I would never
tell them to walk past the camera real quick.
But I will say this. Well, he don't want to be a part of this show because it's not his thing. I mean, why should he want to do that? But all I'm saying is, I know women who date men who make 60K, 70K, who make those salaries, live a beautiful life. They live a comfortable life. I
got a question for you, Tawana. When
they save, they have everything they want. They can travel, they can take care of their children. So it's absolutely, in my opinion, nothing wrong with dating men who make middle class income, which is the majority of our families, the majority of of the people out here in this world. So if you limit yourself based on someone's salary, you're definitely limiting the pool of men who you can possibly date. And so, yeah, if that's what Kevin Samuels is saying, you're absolutely right.
We're not even talking about him on the show.
Right.
But
I will say, Tawana, 2 follow-ups.
I do agree with that.
That's not average. That's not average.
Well, listen, in my opinion, that's a middle class salary. Middle class salaries are the majority of.
Well, let's say working class, right? So we mentioned
working class.
So working class, we look at working class. That's somebody that is going to work, right? But they're still making about $25K a year, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, hey, you got a different type of budget that you're working with. This person, this average guy, may not even have a car.
$60,000 to $75,000 a year. That is not average, bro. Like, this ain't opinion.
Yeah, that's what we're really talking about. Like, that's why we call it work. This guy has $25K a year. He makes no car, and you want to go out to eat for Valentine's Day weekend. Is that really something?
Let me tell you this.
That you willing to deal with?
Let me tell you this. I've made more money than men, and I've also dated men. Than some men that
somebody you dated. Okay.
I'm sorry. Then men
making 25K.
Yeah, like I've dated.
Would you date a guy? Would you date a guy
no car?
Who didn't make as much money as I did, right? And they were like much smarter than I was, and they saved a little bit more, and they really just had a little. Like I think that it's all about how you manage your finances and how financial literate you are.
Would you date a guy that makes 25?
Hey, if you like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're making 20, if you're working every day.
Come on, y'all, one at a time.
Would you date and marry a guy that makes $25,000-$30,000 a year? That's
probably not.
Why? Because that's the question. That's the name of. That's the.
So you saying
average? That's not average, though.
Wait, you saying 25 to 30K is the average salary? Is that what you're saying?
You need to look up the household median income.
I'm looking at middle class.
And you're saying this is not opinion.
Everybody's not middle class. The average guy can still be working class, making his money every day.
Hold on, B-Nix. You're saying that is nothing wrong with it, but you wouldn't do it. So how does that make sense?
Well, you said 25K.
25 to 30,000.
Yeah, you said that.
You're a boss, right? And you're gonna upgrade him anyway. So why wouldn't you date him?
Well, I may be able to work with that. Whatever.
Like, you a boss? What?
I'm just saying that, like, me personally, I guess I have a lifestyle and I have certain things that
I gotta go get a new prop. I'll be right back.
Oh, you want to get another Rolex?
No, are we really trying to act like 25K is average now?
I don't think so.
Because above average just a moment ago was 200,000 a year.
That was a high value.
So that's above average, right? High value is above average, right?
Okay, wait, we got Google right here. Let's Google this.
Yeah, most people are in the middle income. To me, that's average.
Right.
How do you define average then, Ashley? What would be the range? Give me a range. You ain't have to give me like a hard number, but give me a range.
Well, I know most people make probably around 50,000 a year. That's considered. I think that's considered middle class. I'm not really sure. But Corey, somebody said average.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Somebody can have all the bachelor's and the master's degrees, and they making maybe 35, 40K coming out of school.
So average.
This says 94,000 per year.
Go ahead, Ashley. I'm sorry.
That's out of the U.S. I guess we need to look by Chicago, right? Because everybody not averaging 94,000 a year.
But I like that hat.
This is what it says: 94. It says the lowest medium income is 24. So average is not 24.
Yeah.
They said
it serves a dual purpose, bro. Everything that's being said right now is all cap.
I'm Googling.
All cap.
What point are you making, Anton? Like what? Okay, so let's
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you know, you know.
There is nothing wrong with dating an average man. I will stand by that.
There's nothing.
I think so.
My only thing is that you say nothing's wrong, but then when we start getting down to the percentages of how much earning men are actually bringing in, then it is a conversation about based on what is the level of satisfaction.
Let's get rid of the term average. The point is, the truth of the matter is that if you're making 42,000 a year, or let's say use Anton's number, 25,000 a year, you can't do anything with that. Like, let's be honest.
Well, are we just talking about salary, or are we talking about
$25,000 a year will not push your kids through school? You will barely be paying your bills. You will not be able to save. You will not be able to secure retirement. So that's the problem with only making $25,000 for yourself.
You know the interesting thing about that though, Ashley.
But that doesn't mean you have to get a man that makes.
In my real life, I know a guy that got a net worth that's well over $1 million a day. He's never made more than $45,000 a year. So if that's what you're telling me, that makes no sense.
So you're telling me that a man, that's probably one guy, one exception, and he probably lives very well below his means.
Well, my takeaway from what you all were saying
is you're only making $42,000 a year.
The question was about like what's wrong with dating the average guy, and the thing is, it shows the layers that based on the amount of money and your earnings, it does make a difference about dating the average guy. We may say average, but you got to be on the top end of average. You got to be on the cusp of almost bringing in close to 6 figures, at least on the side of 50.
Somebody told us that 42 was average. 42 is.
And I stand correct. I mentioned 25, which would be working class. You mentioned middle class. So we talk about middle class. We talking about around 35 to 45K. That's the range.
That's middle class? You said that's middle class?
No, I said that would be the range. And we talking about average, right? Average median earnings. So now it shows that
I thought middle class was 50K and higher.
But wait.
Everybody not making 50K though, Tawana.
I thought y'all was bringing something to the table too. So what do you need him to make all of the money for?
Because now it shows that it is about the earnings.
25 is not.
Wait. I thought y'all was
not rocket science.
I thought y'all was upgrading dudes. You're not upgrading.
I didn't say that.
And I thought it wasn't about the earnings. I thought it wasn't about how much they made.
He likes to do that.
Earnings are important.
It was just
the only important things. It's like when
you know how Michelle Obama. No, she worked.
When men here want to save money, that's like the only thing y'all
listen, bro. Don't y'all ever put y'all. Listen, I don't want any woman to ever put themselves on the level of Michelle Obama. She classy. She doesn't. First of all, she doesn't overtalk her man, and she plays her role. She plays her position. She understood. She understood, and she married early. So her situation don't apply to y'all. None of y'all can relate to Michelle Obama. Let's take the caps off.
That's not true.
Let's take the caps off.
Girl, if you respond to that, you fool.
I'm sure it was a point in time that Obama wasn't Obama.
That was my reference.
But going back to opportunity cost, he was going to school, and she knew it was a matter of time before he was going to be securing his bag. So he wasn't the typical average guy.
Ashley, listen, baby girl. I think that you a very good person.
The average man.
Can I talk
to Ashley for a minute? Oh, I didn't know you was talking. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think that you're a very nice girl.
I'm talking over a man, so I'm not.
I think that if you
I'm not a valuable woman.
I think that if you start adding what Kevin Samuel says, along with the insight that I can give you and some understanding on how to really get to a certain type of space, I think that you can really take off. But you gotta hold on.
I'm well on my way.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm well on my way.
You have to listen. So you're unwilling.
The people that I respect.
So you're unwilling to listen. Is that what we're?
I'm willing to listen to people who I respect and people who.
So you don't respect me, right?
That's nice.
So you don't respect me, right? And that's cool.
That's a good idea.
Hey, let's do this.
Hold on. I don't know you enough to respect you. Like, I don't disrespect you, but I think you have a very narrow view of a lot of things.
I know I'm valuable. Thank you.
You'll never get there like that.
I don't
never get there like that.
I don't necessarily think I don't look at a man like Kevin Samuels, and I don't know a whole lot about you, but I don't look at every man that makes $200,000 a year and think, I need to be with him.
You know about
I just don't.
That's cap. You know about me.
Listen.
So, Tawana, how do you define the average man for?
Tell me what y'all mean by. So,
what do you mean? I know
what I mean by average man is maybe he works a regular 9-to-5 job, right? He doesn't like own his own business. He's not an entrepreneur. He's not, maybe he don't know about investing and doing all that stuff, but he has a work ethic. He is family oriented. He has all these other things going for him. And so he is not high value as far as high earner. But
you wouldn't talk to him. So what difference does it make?
Or even if you talk to him, what you stay with this person. That's the part that really isn't sustainable.
She already said that she wouldn't even talk to this type of guy. So what difference does it make?
Because I just said the guy that was making 25, let's say 30K, he's working every day, lives in Inglewood, Chicago right now, working every day, and he's bringing in 25 to 30K. Is that someone that you or anyone would actually date as a woman?
I wouldn't know. But a man that's making $70,000, a man that's making $70,000 a year, that's not a ton of money. I would.
But people out there that's making this, like this is not like a random number I'm making up. There are people out there that's making this type of money.
No, I would not.